Hello, and welcome to Listen and Learn. If you can understand English but find it hard to speak, you're in the right place. Many people listen to or read English easily, but speaking out loud feels challenging. Today, we will break that silence and build your speaking skills step by step. In this lesson, I'll be your teacher and guide. We will practice simple sentence building strategies and spoken practice. You will hear clear examples and repeat after me. I'll speak slowly and you will speak slowly too. Remember, the goal is communication and confidence, not perfect grammar or word-for-word translation from your language. By the end of this video, you'll know how to form basic sentences and speak them confidently. We'll cover common challenges, simple grammar rules, core sentence structure, essential vocabulary, real-life sentence examples, practice exercises, daily practice routines, and mindset tips. Ready to start speaking English? Let's get started. First, a quick reminder. Speaking a new language is like learning a sport or playing music. It takes practice and patience. That's why we repeat phrases together here. So relax, breathe, and let's enjoy speaking English. I was once a beginner too. I remember the first time I spoke English out loud. It was scary, but I kept practicing and now I can speak with confidence. You can do this too. Each day we will practice together and you will improve step by step. Common challenges. Many English learners feel stuck when it's time to speak. You might know the words and grammar in your head, but speaking out loud still feels scary or hard. A common challenge is the fear of making mistakes or sounding silly. It's also normal to feel shy or nervous. You may worry about your accent or whether others will understand you. Some learners don't have many friends to talk to in English, so speaking can feel lonely. But remember, you are not alone. We will overcome these together. Speaking English is a skill, just like riding a bike or playing an instrument. The more you practice speaking, the easier it gets. Every time you speak out loud, you exercise your speaking muscles. Think of today as your speaking workout. Each sentence you say is like lifting a weight that makes you stronger. Mistakes are part of learning, not something to fear. Every time you make a mistake, you learn something new. So don't be afraid to try. You've got this. Another reason speaking is hard is lack of practice. If you don't regularly talk to others in English, you may not get comfortable forming sentences quickly. But here and now, this video is a safe place to speak. Every time you repeat after me, you're practicing and improving. Also, don't let grammar fears stop you. You don't need perfect grammar to communicate. It's more important to make yourself understood. As we practice, your grammar will improve naturally, step by step. Understanding and speaking are different skills. You may have spent a lot of time listening and reading in English. Your brain is full of English words and rules from all that listening. But speaking requires active use of language and training your mouth muscles. It's like a gym for your brain and mouth. Think of any sentence you say as a small victory. Each step forward builds your confidence. One more tip. English often uses simple words for everyday ideas. Don't worry if it sounds less poetic than your native language. Using simple English is perfectly normal at first. Practice thinking in English to get used to its style, and you'll keep moving forward. Simple, grammar rules. Let's start with some basic grammar points, but keep it simple. In English, a basic sentence follows subject plus verb order. That means you name who or what you're talking about, the subject, and then the action or state, the verb. For example, I eat or she runs. These are simple subject-verb sentences. Repeat after me. I eat. She runs. Great! We use different verb forms for different subjects. With I, you, we, they, we use the base form of the verb. For example, I eat. They play. With he, she, it, we add an S or ES. He eats. She plays. Listen and repeat these slowly. I eat. She eats. We play. He plays. Notice how we add S for he and she. Good job. Another important verb is to be. Listen. I am. You are. He is. We are. They are. Repeat slowly. I am. You are. He is. This little verb connects the subject to a description or state. For example, I am happy. She is tired. We will practice these too. We also use the verb have to show possession. For example, I have a pen. She has a pen. Notice that have is used with I, you, we, they, I have, they have, and changes to has for he, she, it. Repeat after me. I have a pen. He has a pen. Very good. Let's add one more grammar tip. We can form simple questions in present tense using do or does. For example, do you speak English? Or does he like coffee? We won't practice questions right now, but remember that pattern. Another quick note, we say a before words that begin with a consonant sound and an before a vowel sound. For example, a dog, an apple. Don't worry too much about these yet. Just use them if they come naturally, but focus on speaking first. Finally, here's a useful structure, the ing form to talk about actions happening now. For example, I am speaking English now. Repeat. I am speaking English now. Notice we added am and ing to the verb. This is called the present continuous tense. It's useful to talk about what's happening at this moment. Remember, you don't need to know all the grammar to start speaking. Begin with present tense and simple sentences, using the patterns we just practiced. As you get comfortable, you can add more grammar later. For now, focus on saying what you mean in a clear way. Core sentence structure. Now let's put words together to build full sentences. A basic pattern is subject, verb, object. For example, she eats rice. Repeat after me. She eats rice. Great. That's a simple sentence. We can add more details step by step. Start with just I eat. Now say it. I eat. Now add an object. I eat rice. Repeat. I eat rice. Good. This sentence has subject, verb, and object. Next, let's make it longer. Add when or where. I eat rice every day. Say it slowly with me. I eat rice every day. Excellent. Now try changing the subject. You eat rice every day. Repeat that. You eat rice every day. Notice how adding every day time makes the sentence longer but still clear. Here's another example. They play football. You say it. They play football. Now add where. They play football at the park. Pause. They play football at the park. Notice how we built on the first sentence by adding at the park. Great job. Let's practice changing subjects and verbs. Take he drinks water. Now I change it. I drink water. You say it. I drink water. Good. Next, you drink water. You say it. You drink water. Very good. When we change he to I or you, the verb stays drink, no S. But if we say he drinks, there's an S. Keep that in mind. When building sentences, it helps to break them into smaller chunks. For example, take, they play football at the park. We can break it into, they play football and at the park. Say each part slowly. They play football. Pause. At the park. Pause. Then say it all together. They play football at the park. Breaking it down like this makes longer sentences easier to say. We can also answer simple questions with these structures. For example, if someone asks, "What do you do?" you can reply, "I am a student." Repeat, "I am a student." If someone asks, "Where are you from?" you can say, "I am from your country." You can fill in your country and practice saying it. Remember, you don't have to speak fast. Speak one sentence at a time and take pauses if needed. It's okay to pause and think of the right word. This gives your brain a moment to translate your thoughts into English. Over time, this will feel more natural. You can also connect two ideas with words like and or but once you're comfortable. For example, I eat rice and drink water. Repeat, I eat rice and drink water. Or, she is tired, but she is happy. Pause. She is tired, but she is happy. Great! This shows you can put two ideas together. One more tip. In English, we often put the time of day or place at the end of the sentence. For example, she eats dinner at 7 p.m. Practice. She eats dinner at 7 p.m. Now change the subject. I eat dinner at 7 p.m. Repeat that. I eat dinner at 7 p.m. Notice the order. Subject, verb, object, then time.